the idea that I come here to share today is something that our journey and the work that we've been doing has evidently made us realize continuously that the hard part is never the technology in our space or in society today, because everything evolves around technology. The hard part is us. So technology has never been more accessible than it is in this day and age. You know, I'm not here to teach you about the revolutions, but I'm 100% sure lately all of you might have heard about the 4IR, the fourth industrial revolution. From the first revolution itself around the steam power, I don't even know what is that. So it's a very and then the second revolution that is around the mass production, we can assume what is that. And but yeah, when people are purchasing things, those lines you can envision it for self. And then the Internet of Things, of which is ultimately the revolution that we have stayed in for the longest of time, started in 2010, or maybe let's say 2000s, because there's a whole thing of digital divide, which depends where you are. Um, because technology moves in different regions and zones. And that means when we receive this, it might have long time you see it. Completely different story. But anyway, let's work with maybe turn it to chat. Doesn't matter, I can book a session. And now we are in a different revolution that hasn't fully taken its shape, but it is beating all these other revolutions. You are even trying so hard. And it's the cognitive AI, or it's the AI revolution, which is the fifth revolution that is actually happening. But with so much progress that you are having, why is transformation still failing at the same rates it has been failing? The ones that have been riding horses when it was time to go for cars, they were complaining. Computers arrived, and the ones who were writing, they were complaining. It's still the same thing that we are still having, but beyond those individual complaints, the organizations themselves are having a different struggle, of which is how do they evolve their businesses. So the idea that really I have been thinking around and you've been solving continuously is that the hard parts is never the technology, and the hard part has always been us. It's us compared. We must deal with ourselves as individuals and as organization. Because technology itself, if you think about it carefully, it is developed for the people, not the other way around. It is the technology that is supposed to aid us, and we are supposed to leverage the technology, not the other way around. So it really starts with us as individuals to reframe our understanding of this whole evolving nature of power that is in our hands. I think the brief was done pretty much great justice on saying who I am and the work that we do. But being in a space that merges two industries is really the result of change. I think our organization was founded when a lot of things in terms of how communication is being done and how organizations are supposed to have their IT structures was evolving. And we are a measure of what you call marketing and what you call an IT, of which is technology. And we're a MarTech institution. So for our clients, we always come in with a very unique angle of understanding that everything that is happening is heavily driven around communication right now. So digital comms is of the essence beyond social media itself, but how do you actually appear online? Your presence is very important because you need to also be relevant. So that's a whole different brand conversation on the side. And on the other side of the coin is the technology that you need to leverage to be able to reach all these people instantly. Everything is so instant these days. And for you to exist on this digital world, you must leverage technology, right? And our organization is there to really work on these cases. And we've worked with a couple of clients across the country and across the continent. And the lessons that we've been having are almost continuously the same, the work dragged us to the truth, basically. I think that's how I can put it. The work that we've been doing dragged us to the truth. How many subscriptions do you think you have? If you think about it, how did you, as an individual, get to all these subscriptions? Did you plan to say that in my life I'm gonna need this and this and this and this? Oh, it's always like, oh, there's this one, and then we go. So it's always different stories on how we get to these subscriptions. Same story with the organizations themselves as well. It's like we can all have the CRMs, the projects management platform, the email, and they're all staggered. And now we're buying AI. There's an AI for that. There's an AI for that. Oh, use AI. And they're buying all these subscriptions, and it keeps on piling up. So technology is really not the problem, but because we can afford it, we're buying it, we have it. A lot of it, buying technology these days is the easiest thing. Like, you just press a button, pay, and then it goes. Simple as that. Unlike the older days. But I've been doing the work, and some of the case studies that I thought maybe I could easily share with you is in the education space, because we're in the education environment. So some of the clients that we've been working with in the education space is we realize that they have all the tools that they say they believe, but it created a different base within the organization, because they're now operating in silos. And the one common thing that was there that was still speaking to each other was the people. It was us. So that means that how we've structured things, how they've structured things could have drastically improved. So we then started setting up all the enrollment data, the parents' records, the comms, the CRMs, the alumni, and all that. The concepts that we really worked around was like, can we have an organizational knowledge base? And that has been continuously in terms of what we've been doing. And the concept of an organizational knowledge base, you can even think about as an individual. What is your knowledge base? Like, what you know today is what you will transfer to your children, grandchildren, and whatnot. In an organization, like, you know, the one person in the organization who knows everything, So that's part of the knowledge base. And how can now we make the organization to have the knowledge base? It's like what you know, who owns it, where it lives, what makes it survive, or how can we actually live with it? So it's really not a product per se, but it is how software features are organized and disciplined. So software is really a mirror. It shows you exactly who your organization is. Think about it for a second. There's a concept in computer that's called DIGO, garbage in, garbage out. So it's going to be almost that very same thing. The organizations that don't like what they see in the mirror. So if you don't like how your organization is using technology, it's because of yourself. You're the one who's not transforming, So the ones that grow fix what is behind the technology. And that is what I really want us to double click on. There's a framework that I want you to start applying in how you make decisions around technology. And there are 3 layers into it. The first layer is technology and AI. Everyone plays here. The race is here. You're buying that AI. You guys have more than 5 subscriptions, so I can't even talk to you about this thing. You know better, right? Layer 2, organization knowledge base. And this is where I want to really help you take away. It's like almost nobody invests here, because when we're going into organizations, like, we have to start from scratch. Every time, every now and then, we have to organize the information. No, these people are experts, and they are the ones who are better than their competition. But it is because of so and so within the organization who knows how to navigate that thing. That's knowledge that needs to be organized and grouped together. And then the third layer is culture, knowledge, and ownership, especially in the African context in China. We are people of culture, and we are people of stories, and we are people of spirit of Ubuntu. Organizations that live and thrive in Africa are organizations that have really leveraged the power of humans and people. So the belief is that what the business knows really belongs to the business, right? Not to whoever happens to know it today. And the analogy is like, if you're buying more AI, more technology, without the knowledge base, it's like putting a Ferrari engine in the car with no roads. We can drive it on that gravel road. Good luck. But once with the roads, the engine is extraordinary. Without it, it's going nowhere. Like, it's pointless. A shift, agentic AI. There's passive AI and there's agentic AI. Passive AI is what we all know with ChatGPT. You ask, it gives you back, and it's really brilliant. But really, when you think about agentic, is when you have the AI doing certain things for you. Now think about it. It's doing things for you. How does it know you? It's not God. Even if you pray, God doesn't really give you exactly that. How do you expect it to know you? Layer two, good people, knowledge base. The AI agent is only as smart as the knowledge you give it. If your knowledge lives in WhatsApp, one person's WhatsApp is going to be your organization. Your AI will be the most expensive thing, especially today. Like, funny enough, in our organization, I was seeing a report within the space of 2 months, because of one of our clients is in the education space. We blew about 8 million tokens. Okay, for those of you who doesn't understand what tokens are, come closer. Tokens, you can Google search them, but it's like simply to say that a batch of group of words, let's say 750 words, will take about 1,000 tokens for them to actually be produced. So that's how the technology actually goes. So the more tokens you blow out, the prompts will be, and then that's how much the costs actually increase. So now, as an individual, you might not feel that way, but as an organization in 100 people, that might be a completely different story. So the proof is that there's a difference between organization A and organization B, the one who has it and the one who hasn't built it. So same AI, there's just different foundation that is there. So another idea that really is fundamental to what I'm sharing with you is that your data is your customer. And that is what we've been continuously realizing, is that most of the African businesses don't know it yet. And I urge you all now today to say that, understand this fundamental principle, to say your data is your destiny, and it is dependent on how you have started to build your own knowledge base and to drive. The organizations that build it today will enter will leave this era of agentic AI as leaders. Every infrastructure revolution has its own window. There have been different windows. Think about it. Roads. Who owns the roads can have a toll gates. You pay. Railways. The railways, who owns the railway can decide who goes. Electrification and the power. Who has the power can control how the economy moves. Mobile money, of which Africa led this revolution. Those who have the infrastructure can have everybody doing their APIs and paying. AI knowledge infrastructure now. Do you have it? And as the years progress, the evolution is so decentralized, and is that things that influence society are no longer owned by an individual, but they are no longer owned by an individual, but decentralized to the group of people in the society. And that's where the power comes. The power is in our hands today. But do you have the infrastructure to control your power? Think about it. The organizations winning with AI are not the ones with the best tools. They are the ones with the best foundation. And I need us all to have the best foundation. The hard part is never the technology. The hard part is deciding what kind of organization you are going to build, and building something that knows itself well enough to last. And I'm not even joking about this one. If you don't know yourself, you will be defined by this new era of technology and agentic AI. So, good people, in the ideology and analogy of Windows, I would simply say the window is open right now, and the power is really in our hands to build our individual infrastructure and build our organizational, operational infrastructure.